What if I told you there are runners who improve their times without running more kilometers? No intervals, no double training sessions, and without killing themselves in the process. Sounds impossible? Then why don't the fastest runners in the world train like you? Why aren't they obsessed with piling on more and more kilometers and yet still beat you by minutes in a race? Maybe you're not doing anything wrong. Maybe you're just missing something no one ever explained to you. And once you discover it, you'll want to try it today. Because the difference isn't in running more, it's in how you run. And that changes everything. A lot of runners fall into the same trap. When they want to improve their 10K, the first thing they do is train more. More days, more kilometers, more intensity. And for a while, it seems to work. The body adapts. The pace improves. Confidence goes up. But then something strange happens. You keep training the same, or even more, and yet your times plateau. You feel more tired. Recovery gets harder, and that improvement that once felt unstoppable disappears. This is where many make the big mistake. They think they need to push even harder. Double sessions. Steal time from nowhere. Suffer more. But what they don't know is that this is not the solution. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Because there comes a point where training more doesn't make you faster. It just wears you out. And if you don't change something, you could spend months, even years, running in circles. And the worst part, thinking you're the problem, when in reality, you're just missing a key piece. Most runners think running faster is all about willpower, gritting your teeth, and pushing a bit more. But elite runners don't think that way. They understand something almost no one talks about. That it's not about how much energy you have, but how much you spend. That's exactly what running economy is. Spending less to run more. And it's not theory, it's pure practice. They don't take longer strides just because. They don't lift their knees more because someone said so in a video. Everything they do is focused on one simple goal: to move as far as possible with the least effort. They adjust their posture, their arm movement, their breathing rhythm. They keep a steady cadence, use their ankles efficiently, and activate the right muscles at the right moment. And thanks to all that, they run faster, but with less fatigue. That's the real trick. That's why they can sustain such high paces without seeming like they're on the edge. And the best part is this efficiency isn't some secret talent or something reserved for pros. It can be learned. It can be trained. And with just a few tweaks, the results can be incredible. Because if you manage to save even 3% or 4% of energy per kilometer, that translates into minutes off your final time, without training more, just by making every step count more and cost less. The good news is that you don't need to be a biomechanics expert to start improving your running economy. You just need to make 3 key adjustments you can apply in your next run. The first has to do with your posture. When you run, your body should lean slightly forward from the ankles, not the waist. It's a subtle tilt, but a powerful one. It aligns your center of gravity with your forward motion, reducing the effort in every stride. The second point is your arms. A lot of people swing them too much or out of sync. But elites use their arms like metronomes. They swing backward, not forward, with bent elbows and relaxed shoulders. This movement helps maintain rhythm and stabilizes the whole body. Use them well, and they'll push you forward without using more energy. And finally, cadence. You don't need to obsess over an exact number, but you do need to understand that a low cadence usually means longer, heavier steps that break your rhythm and punish your legs. In contrast, a slightly higher cadence, with shorter, more reactive steps, makes you more efficient. It's not about running fast or recklessly, but landing precisely, lightly, using your body's natural rebound. If you start working on these 3 areas, posture, arms, and cadence, you're already improving your technique. You don't need to add kilometers. You don't need harder sessions. You just need to adjust how you move. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the difference. Now, picture for a moment 2 runners moving down the same street. One is a hobbyist, the other an elite. At first glance, they're going the same speed. But look closely, and the difference is huge. The amateur is tense, shoulders raised, breathing hard, taking long, heavy steps. It looks like he's fighting for every meter. His form isn't terrible, but every movement costs him something. Meanwhile, the elite glides. His torso is relaxed but firm. His arms move in sync. His steps are shorter, quicker, lighter. He's not fighting the road. He's using it. Each landing is clean, fast, without unnecessary bounce or hard impact. No wasted energy. No extra movements. And even though he's running at the same pace as the amateur, his body is much fresher. Follow them for a few kilometers, and you'll see the amateur start to fade. His stride becomes uneven, breathing gets harder, posture slouches. Meanwhile, the elite keeps going like nothing has changed. That's the magic of running economy. It's not just more efficient. It also lets you maintain your pace longer, without breaking down. And it doesn't matter what level you're at. You don't have to be a pro to move like that. You just need to learn to run smart. Because if two runners train the same, but one uses less energy per kilometer, who do you think will reach the finish line first? Now, I want to tell you something personal. This past Sunday, April 6th, I ran a 10K in a small town called Oyen in the province of Alava, Spain. A community race for a good cause. One of those events that reminds you why we run. The event had 4 categories: 10K race, 5K race, kids race, and a walk. The course was urban. The 10K did 2 laps through the town center and the vineyard area. There were curves, windy sections, places where it was easy to lose focus and pace. It wasn't the kind of course to aim for a personal best. And yet, I did it. Not because I trained more. Not because I did anything epic. I just applied what you've seen in this video. The course was tough, the sun was out, the wind blew in some sections, and the curves didn't let you relax. It wasn't an easy route, but I decided to do something different. I didn't train more. I didn't add more kilometers or intervals. The only thing I did was apply everything I've told you in this video. I adjusted my posture. I made sure I was using my arms correctly, keeping a steady cadence, not forcing things. Instead of thinking about suffering, I thought about flowing. And kilometer by kilometer, I started to feel smoother, more efficient, faster, without falling apart. When the last 3 kilometers came, I still had energy. I could push, not because I trained more, but because I moved better, and I crossed the finish line with a personal best. I shaved off several minutes on a course that gave you nothing for free, and it was in that moment that I truly understood. Improving in the 10K isn't always about training more. Sometimes it's about running smarter. And when you do that, your body responds. If you've made it this far, now you know. Improving your time isn't always about training more. It's about training better. And now it's your turn. Next time you go out for a run, forget the watch for a moment and focus on how you move. Because when you improve that, everything changes. If this video helped you, click like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. It's free, and it helps us keep creating content like this. And if you want to keep learning tricks to run faster, easier, and with less effort, there's another video waiting for you. Hit play, and keep running toward your best self.